Hello and welcome to the show. I am here today going to be taking a look at Circuit Superstars that just recently came out in early access on Steam, and I have to say I quite like this one. I really like the art style, I like the style of racing that we have going on here. So let's just jump. I'm gonna jump in and just do some free play, just some individual races. So we're just gonna do like. You can set up like a little mini championship if you wish. We're just going to do one race at a time because we're going to be mixing up the cars that we drive. We're going to start off with the, you know what, we're going to go with the super lights. Why not? Apparently that's the last thing I drove. A whole bunch of categories. We'll get through some of them and we will see. What tracks do I half decently know? I think I know this one. Probably one of the best. Sure, let's go for that. And I don't have an orange option, so let's go for the... Sure, let's go for the blue car. So this is a kind of top-down racer. It's not quite a full-on top-down. It's an interesting camera angle. I've seen a few games have tried this. It doesn't always work. Art of Rally has probably done sort of the whole top-down racing aspect the best of any modern game, and this one's not too bad. It does take some getting used to, however, sort of figuring out and learning of the circuits. Now, I like the style of, I like the art style, I like the way the cars look. It's good fun. Yes, it's kind of arcadey, cartoony and so on, but it does look really quite good, and it might not quite be for everybody, but I think it's pretty damn cool. Oh dear, we're getting lost. So qualifying for this, we have a one lap to go as fast as we can, and that will determine the grid, and by the looks of it, it's not going to be great. Well, this is just like the warm-up lap, if you will. Hopefully we will have a half decent run. So the circuits themselves, I think, are fairly simple so far, the ones that are in the game at the moment. They kind of need to be, because you need to be able to learn them quite quickly, because of course the difficulty with a top-down racer is that, well, you can't really see what's coming all that well, so you've got to kind of memorise the circuits quite quickly, and this doesn't do it too badly. Okay, it's not quite as good as Art of Rally in that department, but it's certainly not bad. I don't think this is going to be enough for me. Ooh, just. That's going to be very close, I think. I think it was a 28.6 was pole when I crossed the line. I don't know if anybody's got any faster than that 28.6. I definitely think it's going to be close. Ooh, they did 28.5s for everybody. Right, this should be an interesting race. So yeah, also it's cool. I like it. Top-down camera, not too bad. The driving is interesting, I have to say, on here. When you have this camera angle and this style, you expect super arcadey driving, and that's not quite the case. Yes, okay, it is a bit arcadey, but it's not the kind of tap brake to drift around corners and flat out everywhere. You do really have to be thinking about your braking. You really have to be thinking how you're setting up each of the corners. It is very, very important for getting speed out of the cars, and the AIs will take no prisoners. This is on about medium difficulty I've got going on at the moment, and yeah, the AIs are bloody fast. Here is about right for me, although it isn't in every category of car. Difficulty-wise is something that can be a little fiddly to get set up. But yeah, as far as the driving physics go, yeah, the cars do have a fair amount of grip, but it's not a flat out everywhere around a lap. You've got to think about braking points. You've got to think about lines through the corners, and it is a little bit more difficult to set them up until you know the tracks because of the nature of the camera angle. You will figure it out, but it is something that you're going to want to learn the tracks and so on before you start going. I like it though. I do really like that it's easy. It would be easy to go and make this super arcadey racing, but I'm glad that they didn't. I'm glad that they tried to make it that. You got to think that a little bit more. It makes it a challenge, most definitely. Oh, I've gone too wide into the hairpin. I went too wide in the hairpin. I could have got an okay exit. However, there was a car at the inside on the kind of line that I wanted to take. Thankfully, I seem to be a little faster than the AIs through this final corner. I can be a little bit braver through here, so I can make up some time through there. So there we go. Yeah, I love the way that this drives. Now you will notice in the bottom left-hand side some gauges. Yes, there is fuel, there is tyre wear, there's health for the cars as well. Pit stops are a thing in this game. You're going to have to, on the longer races, you're going to have to pit. You're going to have to think about these sort of things. Now, I will say from my experience of the game, I've played probably 4 or 5 hours of this game at this point, and I'm by no means an expert at dealing with the cars and driving the vehicles and whatnot. Most of it's been learning tracks, etc. I will say I've never really felt much of a difference in the tyre wear. Now, it might be that I'm just not extracting enough out of the car, but the tyre, well, I presume if it gets to 0, it's going to fall apart and you guys will be undrivable and everything. I haven't really felt it kind of gradually going away. Now, when I look at those gauges, to me, when I look at the gauges and I'm driving this game, I feel like there's potential for this to become a really interesting almost semi-management game. So I've played Motorsport Manager and a few of the similar style ones where you are having to think about tyre wear and fuel loads, and you can do sorts of different strategies to try and make a race victory, which is what you get in some real racing series. Strategy in some stuff can be very, very important, and I feel like this could go that direction. As I said, it's early access at the moment, and I don't know what the intentions are. I hope it does. There are plenty of games that, you know, kind of do sort of this style of arcadey racing and whatnot, and they're all very well and good. But I feel like if you go for this sort of style and then you start adding on that extra layer of challenge, you start adding on that extra layer of some management needed, you can make for a really interesting game, and a sort of game that doesn't necessarily have all that much in the way of competitors. So I hope that is the way that we see this game head. We've actually had, this is like the first time I've ever driven one of these races and actually driven away at the front. Of course, I expected there to be, let's say, plenty of battling with the AI for the video. I was kind of hoping for that. Apparently that's not what we're going to go for. I say that. Let's not jinx it too soon. We have had a good run so far, though. You will notice the track as we have gone along now. I don't think it affects grip as far as I'm aware, but you'll see where I guess the rubber has been laid down. I don't know. I'm not good enough at this game to tell the very fine details, but yeah, you can see where the cars have been running. So I've set this to 12 laps. It means we will have to have a pit stop. I guess maybe if we come in next lap around. So you can control the pit stops into how much fuel goes into the car. So we're not going to make it to the end of this race without stopping. We are going to have to stop. And I don't think there's any way that you could save fuel well enough to contemplate not stopping here. So if we go and then run into the pit lane, so it'll automatically drop you onto the limiter. You'll see all of the various crews. You've got to find wherever your pit box is, because I started on pole 1, I'll be at the end. Oh, thankfully, if you end up nudging into your team, that's okay. Right, wheels are on the car, we should be good to go. I don't need to get a full tank of fuel because we've only got a few more laps to go, so as soon as the wheels are on the car, we will just set off. I like that there's kind of like no almost fixed time for those pit stops. It would be, again, could be interesting as an option to not change tyres, perhaps have a way of telling it, you know, I don't want to change tyres, I just want fuel, because that's all you'd need in this race. You just need a splash and dash of fuel at the end, basically. Other cars are in the pits at the moment. Hopefully, we had a decent sized lead, we didn't do anything dumb in the pit stops, so in theory we should come out of all of this with the lead of the race. I've got a couple more laps to go. Right, we are catching back up to the pack. That's hopefully all going to peel away. I think that pink car was in second when I went to the pits. Maybe. I'm really hoping we haven't thrown this all away in the pit stops. I don't quite know we would have done if we had done. We're chucking it around. I like the final corner here. It's good fun. There are some cars in the pits. Okay, everyone's into the pits now. We are going to go across the line. It was a good lap by me. I'll take that. Thank you. We're getting not normally like me to be getting faster in this one. I found a groove, if you like, for this race. Once you're in like a rhythm around these tracks, it's good fun to drive. Like, even though we've not had any cars, to be racing against here in this particular instance, it's still a fun game to drive on, and that's the important thing. Even when you're driving around on your own, the cars are good fun to drive, and it's certainly a challenge regardless, to make sure you get it right. Oh, that is nicely done. Look at that, I'm getting the hang of a circuit. We're going to go to a different track now, and I'm not going to drive it anywhere near as well as this one. I can almost guarantee you that. Right. No, a little too wide on the way in, but that's fine. We'll kind of sort it out through here and up towards the final corner. So that is a race on this game. Yeah, as it turned out, not the closest, not the race I expected to have, if I'm honest. Didn't expect to run away at the front quite so well, but there we go. We took a victory with the little Caterham-like vehicles. Can we continue? Oh, the AI is still actually crossing the finish line. I shall enjoy this very large margin of victory, because it's probably not going to happen again for a while unless I put the game on really, really super duper easy. Okay. Yeah, we actually had a really good run in that race. No silly mistakes by me as well, which is always nice. Yes, okay, we got some XP and all of that. Let's get back to the main menu. We've got a nice little podium screen. Look at that. We are up on the top step of the podium. There are our cars. I think you unlock different like liveries and stuff for your driver as you go through, as you level up and all of that sort of stuff. So I can only pick currently plain cars, but I think there are liveries to unlock, etc. So we have the super lights. I mean, other things, we've got muscle cars. They are quite they're, I think, the slowest car in here. They don't have a huge amount of grip. You've got GT cars that I can't seem to get any speed out of. You've got trucks. I like that trucks are one of the first vehicles included in this. That's cool. And we've got some GP cars. Let's go for an 80s GP. I haven't driven these for a while, so I might not be very good with these. What track shall we go to? Sure, Whistle Valley. Let's go and give a go around here. Sure, let's go for the green machine. What could possibly go wrong with this? Other than a lot, really. So, as far as the handling differences between the vehicles themselves go, there is differences, and there is differences in lap time. The GT cars are very quick. I have to say they are very fast. The Superlights are pretty good. The Superlights are just a nice vehicle to drive. They're a good vehicle almost to learn to drive in. The muscle cars are quite slow. They feel quite heavy. We might have time to have a go with one of them. These, of course, Formula 1 style vehicles are quite grippy. There's not really a lot of oversteer going on with the cars. They tend to, if they're going to do something, they understeer through these corners. It is something to it takes a little while to wrap your head around it almost, because yeah, even the really powerful vehicles you can't really get to slide. It's just the way. Oh, the crash from the car. Oh, I've completely messed up that corner. Yeah, as you can see, I don't know this track quite as well as some of the other circuits. We're not going to be on pole for this. In fact, if we're anything other than last, I'll be impressed. I suspect I will be at the back. Well, it gives us a chance to move forward for some exciting. No, we are dead last. Damn it. Now, I know I didn't drive that circuit particularly great. Ooh, we're a second off, but it was an iffy. I'm hoping we can maybe make up some ground. But yeah, the difference between the Formula 1 cars and the Super Lights is a little bit, but not as much as I might want to see. And yeah, cars, they don't really move around at all, which, again, is, I guess, the handling model gone for. I would like to perhaps see a little bit more of that. Again, this is a very, very pretty circuit. There's no denying that. Can I do anything? From the back of the pack, can we figure out this circuit in time? I think I stand a chance of doing something. Might get to battle. If you actually race wheel to wheel, the AI is good fun. They seem to do this weird let's all go off the circuit on the start line bit that I'm not quite sure about. But when you're actually oh, okay, we ended up across the inside a little bit. Too much there, fighting with the AIs. Oh, we're going to get a penalty. Yeah, when you're actually in wheel-to-wheel racing, I've been a little bit aggressive so far in this race. They are actually not that bad to drive against. They'll try overtaking manoeuvres. They'll happily go side by side through corners, and they'll fight back. As that car there has just demonstrated, they are more than happy to fight back. Oh, I'm doing all sorts of corner cutting. Sorry, I'm pretty sure somebody just went literally over the top of my car. Get around there. Jeez. Can we get... we are getting the turning done at least. We'll have another dive at the hairpin, a little bit of a torpedo. You'll get away with some argy-bargy. Not my cleanest overtakes there, I shall be honest. Have we got to grips with the circuit yet to try and contemplate a whole march forward and the like? It's very quick through this final section. I got airborne. Don't want to be doing that. You will not be going quickly if your car is in the air. We're a little bit too wide through that. I tend to find that I'm not quite getting the lines right through the corner. With this, I'm struggling to kind of maintain corner speed. It's the positioning your vehicle, sort of setting your vehicle up right for the corner that you're approaching. I think that comes from the camera angle and getting the braking right. It's difficult when you can't always. Sometimes you're almost on the brakes as soon as you can see a corner. It almost feels like you want to be on the brakes before you can see a corner. Okay, we're having a fantastic little battle here. Oh, come on! We've swapped places almost every single corner. I want to get them back, but I don't think I'm going to be able to, sadly. Damn it. That was a great little exchange. That's what I mean. You can have some really good battles with the AI. Oh, you left the door open there, my friend. I will say that. And I don't care that we're fighting over 11th place. It doesn't matter. It's a fun race at the end of the day. I'm hoping I get a good exit off of that corner, which we can do, but I'm on a tight line down there. Didn't really have time to move my car across. We'll slither our way through this next section. We're not too far away from the cars ahead. Oh, no. Made a little mistake. We're going to be out into the wall. Can I get back on the circuit? Not quite. Okay, can we do anything? No, not like that, though. Ah, no, come on. Yeah, road positioning from this camera angle can at times be a little... it's just a little difficult until you kind of memorise the circuit. I say memorise the circuit perfectly, but yeah, it takes a little adjusting. Oh, bounce the other curb. Come on, I want to chase down that 11th place car. This is the battle to not be last. That's what we're going for here. Come on, not last, not last, not last. Don't put wheels on the dirt, though. That's a terrible, wonky line from me. That is an awful racing line. It's not the line that you ever want through a corner like that. And now I'm pushing too hard. We're making little errors. Come on, stop moving. Oh, in unhelpful ways. Oh, you can be flat through that section, I think, if you get it spot on. Right. Throw it into turn 1. Oh. I was trying like stalling out midway through the corner. Oh, and I've done exactly the same pissing thing. Even if we overtake that car, we're going to have so many penalties from going across the grass. Not intentional, and I'm definitely not gaining any time from it in that. I really have not gained a damn thing, because we're hitting the grass and doing a wheelie, and it feels like the car stalls out when it comes back down again. Oh, that was definitely a corner cut. Oh, it's all gone horribly, horribly wrong. I think these cars have better, maybe better fuel mileage. These might be a slightly shorter circuit. Or maybe bigger fuel tanks is probably what these have, rather than better miles a gallon than a Caterham style thing. God, yeah, it's just trying to figure this out. Now, the difficulty of this game is something I was going to talk about. It's very difficult for me to say whether the difficulty is spiky and weird, or whether it's just trying to get the hang of this game that's the difficult part, trying to learn all the different circuits. To me, I can't find a difficulty that I'm ever really happy with. To me, when I go on this, oh god, the tyres are nearly shot on my car. I didn't realise the tyres were going. I was looking at fuel and not looking at tyres. We are going to have to pit. I was going to say, I could make this at the end on fuel, but it's the tyres that are the problem, not the fuel. Yeah, I can't figure out whether it is me not being... There's definitely an element of me not being great at the game. There is also, I think, an element of the difficulty can be a bit spiky. You can be driving on Pro or whatever with one class of car and be very competitive, and then you go to drive the next class of car and they seem an awful lot faster. I have also had some weirdness when changing the difficulty. Sometimes I've tried setting it down and it hasn't seemed to change it. Sometimes it doesn't seem to respond to me actually setting it in the menus. It seems to always randomly select what it wants to. I don't know whether that's something I've done weird or what it is, but yeah, it can be a little bit of a fiddle to find a difficulty. When you get the right difficulty level, you can have an amazing, amazing race. You can have a really close race. Oh, I'm not last! Somebody has fallen behind me! Yes! This is what we'd like to see. I wonder if they ran out of fuel or something and had to coast back to the pits, perhaps. Or ran out of tyres or something. I don't know. We're not going to be last in a race where we probably deserve a last place. Oh, actually we will be last because of all the penalties, but there we go. I just could not figure that one out in time. Really, that particular car. So yeah, maybe that penalty was like the slowdown thing for it. Maybe it wasn't a penalty that was added on afterwards. Maybe, I don't know, not sure. We'll do like a little quick sprint race. We'll go grab the trucks because they're quite cool. As I said, great variety of vehicles that this has. Some classic GP cars, a GT car, muscle cars, a truck, and I hope that there will be more to come. I hope there'll be more classes. As a starting point, this is fantastic. As a starting point, this is wonderful. The tracks are great. Everything's good fun to drive. Looks amazing. So yeah, I'm hoping a little bit more perhaps detail in the old management side of things and more classes and all that kind of stuff. And this could be an incredible game. It really could. What was it? That was the one we did before. Let's go. I think Maple Ridge is another one I know relatively well. Shall we go? It's almost an offensive blue truck. Let's grab that. Sure. Let's have it. I'm normally not too bad with the trucks, although I've said that and I'll probably curse myself. So... Maybe don't say that. It'd probably be a good idea. Let's not curse myself too much. Where are we starting in qualifying? Okay, 7th. Middle of the pack. Right. Let's see what we can do. Maybe I don't remember this track. Looking at the track map now, I'm second guessing myself. So, I mean, from the Formula 1 cars, yes, these are a bit different. They are slower responding and the brakes are nowhere near as good. Because we're in qualify mode, so we can be overtaking. So, we're going ghost mode. Oh, come on. It takes a lot longer, of course, to get this thing turned. That's to be expected. As I said, I might like a little more variety in the handling. Oh, or the characteristics, basically, of the vehicles. Oh, this has got another one of these quick sort of chicane sections. The AI are really good at them, and I am not, shall we say. Okay, here we go. We're on to the lap that actually matters. Oh, I was brave through turn 1 there. Can I keep it up? Yes, we can, although we're wide through the next part, so we're definitely close in pace with these trucks. If I don't do anything too stupid, we might even be able to get a pole position. Don't overdrive it. It's really, really easy. I found it's easier to overdrive vehicles on this game than just about any other racing game I've ever played. Like, it's so easy. I think that's partly just due to the angle the camera is at, but yeah, you've got to really think about where you're getting when you're slowing down, where you're putting your vehicle, etc. That felt like a good lap for me. I'm happy with that one. Yeah. This looks like it might be I'm suddenly much faster than everybody else again, and I haven't changed the difficulty once while doing this. Come on, game, let's see where we are. Presumably, okay, we start on pole quite a big margin. I might just drop back to the sort of the middle of the pack so we can have a fun little battle. I tried before filming this to find the difficulty point that I wanted to be at for the most respect. It's pretty difficult. I think it's the combination of both the factors. It's not entirely the game, and there's an element of I'm just better at some circuits and better at some cars, but the game could make it easier to find that difficulty point, if you will. Come on, 8-lap race. We shouldn't need to pit with the trucks. I don't think the trucks will need a pit stop unless they do burn through something at an alarming rate. Probably would, but there we go. Right, so what I'm going to do is going to get towards turn 1. I'm just going to stick out wide. We're going to let a few trucks go past, and we're just going to have a little bit of fun with racing against the AIs. Because at the end of the day, we want an exciting race. Oh god, we don't want a procession. Although we are going to get a little bit boxed out through all of this. Can I sneak? Oh, I can sneak to the inside through there, but that's a little bit across the what's it called? Across the grass. Sorry, we're a little bit argy-bargy. Trucks are strong. They're not taking any damage. To be fair, while there is a health bar, I presume if you get to the end of it, your vehicle stops working. Never even remotely got close to using all of that up. It's kind of... I think even after some really big crashes, I've only ever got it down to about 60%. So, yeah, it's unlikely to... So, the shorter races, I don't know about longer events and whatnot, but, yeah, in these kind of races, you're never going to do enough damage. It was a good attempt to no attack. I thought I got it done. I was just a little too late on the brakes to quite make that happen. Can I maybe get underneath for this next corner? There's a gap. There's a gap. Now, don't run wide on the exit. That is my Achilles heel. I'd run in way too fast into the corners, and we have got that one done. Yeah, that's going to be the trick with this game, is to not overdrive the entrance to a corner. We can do a little bit of... Oh, I don't want to be on that line through there. Tell you what, the red and green truck was committed to getting that place back. I admire the commitment right there. We will fire up the inside, and if we park it there, we can hold on. And, oh, too late on the brakes. I was distracted looking at fastest lap and didn't realise quite how quickly that corner was coming up. That was my bad. We've done... Oh, we've caused a little bit of a crash, but we've got away. We've got away. That's the bit that matters. Right? Oh, God, nope. Too fast on the way in again. It's fine. We'll figure it out eventually. Bumped a fence. Still too fast on the way in. Let's sort this out. If we're gonna overtake these trucks ahead, we're gonna have to sort it out. This is the one place the AI are better than me, kind of. And that fast section, unusual. Normally I'm good at the fast sections. In this game, though, I haven't quite got the hang of them yet. Do we have a dive? Are we too far back? Probably. We've struggled getting it stopped enough as it is into that corner. This hairpin here as well is where the AIs are not crazy strong. I'm not close enough yet. We're going to have to... Oh, there, you left a gap there. That was foolish. I might run a little wide on the exit. But it's definitely worth a try. Yeah, we'll fight back through that section and we will move up into a second place. Alright, we're half distance in the race almost. So... Oh, we've got plenty of time to look for a way past the leader. We've got plenty of time to make a silly mistake and fall back. Turn 1, we're going to be... It's not a big braking zone into turn 1, so not going to happen there. Maybe up here at turn 2, we can make that one stick. No, not quite. Oh, that was a bit sneaky on the old dive bombing. And now I'm going to get hung out to dry around the outside up here. Can I make... Oh, almost made something work. Just didn't quite have the grip for that one. Oh, there we go. No, there we go. Kind of. We're back past again. But then we're going to be out wide. No, we lost more places. It should not have been quite as aggressive, perhaps. Maybe more time required in the setting up of that one. We've got a great run. Or actually a great one. We've got a good run on the start-finish straight. There is a gap alongside there. Now, can I actually get a pass down into here that doesn't end up with me? Nope. Admittedly, I got a little bump. No, lost both places again. Come back here. I want at least, come on, I want at least one of these spots. I want a place gained after all this bloody work. Okay, we're back to second again. Now we've got the black and yellow, black and gold truck. We cannot turn across in front there. We actually fought each other so much we brought fourth place back into the fray here. Come on. Can we... Oh, I was trying to get underneath the leader. Got across the nose of third. That was, yeah, a little bit foolish of me. There was a gap there. I knew what I was trying to do. I just didn't quite have the space that I thought I did. So we were really quick into turn one. We might have actually got the leader this time around. Just pull the truck up in time. Oh, gonna bang doors. I think this one here, we might have finally got that pass for the lead completed, as long as we don't do anything stupid through these next couple of corners. Oh, that was a fantastic little bit. As I said, the AI actually do race really, really well against you. When you find that difficulty level, it's really good. It's a shame it's such a pain to actually find the right setting. I mean, even then, this was perhaps a little easy. Now I'm in clean air. I think we can probably run away if I don't make any silly mistakes. But the actual wheel-to-wheel fighting is very, very good. Yeah, we can carry so much speed in turn one. The AIs just won't do that, but it's a really difficult place to overtake cars, or trucks in this instance. Oh, come on then. A couple more corners to go around this lap. Doesn't matter if we won right. It doesn't matter too much when we're on our own if we run one on the exit, as long as we're still making lap time. Like, that line can work. It just doesn't often work when you've got other vehicles around. Well, it doesn't always work, especially if you've got other vehicles around you. That's not the line you want through there, you plank. Oh dear. And then it is down through these final couple of corners. That was a brilliant, brilliant race. Thoroughly enjoyed that one. We do take a victory. Yeah, once we got clear of the traffic, we were very quick, but fighting through the traffic is not so easy. I mean, yeah, as far as the game goes, it's a really, really good start. I mean, as ever when it comes to an early access game, you're paying for the game in the state that it is currently, and who knows how it is going to end up. What there is here currently is really good fun. It's great fun to drive. The vehicles are good to drive. Just simply lapping a circuit is entertaining. It looks great. The tracks are interesting. The camera works, but you will have to really practice the circuit. Because of the handling model, with the way that the vehicles drive and the way that you get speed, if you like, out of the vehicles, you are really going to have to know the tracks and know where to brake and so on, because the camera is maybe a little slow to show you what's coming up. But once you have got the hang of it, it is very, very rewarding. Oh, we got a new paint for the car. That's cool. Do we unlock anything else? Or just that one? No, just that one. There we go. Yeah, I do really recommend this game. I really look forward to seeing what's going to become of it. As I said, I hope it goes for the more realistic, almost semi-management route. I feel like you could make a really, really interesting, unique game going down that path. So I hope we see more aspects of that used going forward. Look forward to seeing what other tracks and cars and classes, etc. might get added in. Because, yeah, it is really very, very good indeed. What is there? As I said, hopefully we'll look forward to playing more of this as it evolves. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.